video may contain content parents may find unsuitable for children. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everybody, it's Hunger again, and welcome to another Brawlhalla stream. This lobby screen, this intro screen, whatever you want to call it, this title screen for the game looks amazing. The Octavius Mordex and Soulbound Diana, I don't even want to pronounce it. Good stuff. Really, really good stuff. Soulbound Diana looks awesome. Mordex, I can take it or leave it. He just looks like a hairy bearded guy. Anyway, but yeah, Diana looks amazing. The background looks amazing with the floating castle. Anyway, just awesome stuff. The blood moon back there. The cool logo. Anyway. I guess I'll do some ranks while we're waiting for people.
Online.
Let's see. Going up against people one-on-one. Feel like
Orion.
Go with Orion. Alright, here we go. Oh god.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
Oh god. Hey, it's the Tainings. Why would I think you weren't gonna show up? Bye. Alright, well, fun. Oh, dang. I mean, I stream whenever I want. I just happened to get done reading my graphic novel, or not graphic novel. I just happened to get done reading the light novel I was reading today earlier than the ones for the past few weeks. I normally try to read at least one light novel every Sunday. close. There is no room code at the moment because I am playing ranked, but As soon as I am done with this match, I would be happy to start a room and open up with the chat. There's no need for being in the group chat when I'm not playing the group. Anyway, so keep your shorts on. Anyway. Oh my god! I can't believe I hit that myself. Wow, I lose.
Player 2 wins.
GG. Even though I kind of killed myself hitting that landmine. Yeah, I lost like 16 whole ELO rating points. Woo! I am so bad at this. Alright. Oh. Hang on. I'm clearing missions over here. Okay. Alright. Okay. I guess I did that. Alright. You're gonna get on your alt. Oh boy. Alright. So, let me go ahead and jump into the Discord.
Come in, you royal boob!
Alright, here we go. Alright, I'm in the content chat now.
Heyo, royal boob here.
Alright. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and join a custom game
Custom.
now. Rather create one. Okay, so room code is are those zeros. God, tiny text. Looks like 128182.
That's what I'm getting.
Okay. 128182. Because they looked a little like zeros on my end at first.
Alrighty, let me switch screens and I will be right there.
In that. Alright, and I'm gonna go ahead and fix our settings while we're waiting. So we want to have up to 8. Big maps only. Knock the match time down a little bit. And confirm.
And I'm ready to wreck some faces.
Alright.
Or more likely get my own face wrecked.
That new Diana skin is looking awesome.
Is that the one that Bragging 3714 is using?
No, that's Ember.
Oh. Oh, derp.
But no,
Orion.
the new Diana skin, the one on the title screen, looking freaking amazing.
Ah.
The Soulbound Diana is the skin. It's just
A little too dark and dreary for my taste.
I love it. She got like she got like the horns coming out, and then like the little candles on the horns that are like almost melted. It's just they're still burning.
3,
It's like
2,
wow.
1, brawl!
The amount of haunted edge going on there is real. Alright, there we go. Fun. Alright.
Good grief, this person asleep at the controls?
Somebody's asleep at the wheel. Oh, they woke up.
Either that or the AI took over.
Maybe they were just giving us a handicap. Look out. got an attack that can finish him, but I'll need you to distract him while I charge it. For 5 minutes. Ah! Phenomena. Do-do-do-do-do. Phenomena. Do-do-do-do. Phenomena. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I'm charging my attack.
So, speaking of the Muppet Show, they have it in its entirety on Disney Plus.
Wow. Nice.
And there's a disclaimer about cultural insensitivity and so forth before you watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I figure, you know what? If they're going to pull that kind of crap with something as innocent as the Muppet Show, then they should just go ahead and put the Song of the South up there with the same disclaimer.
Right.
Of course, it would end well about as well as I can't think of an analogy right now. I'm so exhausted mentally. But yeah, it's stupid companies being stupid.
They may have been a bit culturally insensitive towards, Swedish people.
Oh.
and maybe, just maybe, some Latinos might be offended that their representation is apparently Pepe the King Prawn. But
You know.
I would be offended if Pepe the King Prawn was my only representation. That's all I'm saying. Like, he's a terrible character. Worst Muppet.
No, I'm half Italian, and I'm not remotely offended by Mario.
Right?
No, I'm not remotely annoyed when like 90% of the Italians portrayed in pop culture, TV, and so forth are like mafiosos or psychotic power grubbing people and so forth. Because, well, for one, I know it's entertainment, and Sociology 101 says that stereotypes are used to help people understand to a certain degree, a certain elementary degree, certain aspects of various peoples and their cultures and so forth. Plus, I'm not insane like the increasing
Player 2 wins.
like the increasing majority of humanity nowadays.
All right. Well, I want a match. I guess that's time to go then. I'll just go ahead and cut the stream short here. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna take my win and run. Let's keep going.
GG, no re.
Right. Oh snap! Somebody did bow out.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go on a political rant.
Oh, no problem.
That was why you made that joke.
Is he switching? Okay. All right, he's on his regular account now. All right. Let's get going.
Every time my family accuses me of being crazy, I say, no, I'm not nuts. I'm going sane in an increasingly crazy world.
I'm not crazy.
3,
You're
2,
crazy.
1, brawl.
If everybody in the world goes crazy, then the quote unquote crazy people will be the only sane people left. Like, isn't that kind of like the way that's yeah.
To the insane, the sane is insane.
Yeah.
Try saying that 3 times fast without tripping over your tongue.
How dare you speak rationally?
not out of Lumens Remastered. Didn't expect to like it as much as I do. It's so gorgeous. I love how it has the trance vibration effect. Mizuguchi's been throwing that into like every one of his games since Rez, so it's not a big surprise. If you're unfamiliar, the trance vibration feature basically will shake every single controller connected to the system when you're playing, so you can use it to prop a controller up behind your head or in certain other parts, and yeah, it's real interesting, to say the least. There's actually an additional...
So the game's target audience is women, then, basically.
Well, you know, those freaky Japanese, they know how to cram
oh my gosh.
all kinds of weird stuff into their lives.
Too
And
funny.
there was actually...
Special vibrating controller attachment that looks like a dildo.
there actually was a separate vibrating pad accessory for the PlayStation 2 version of Rez. It was called the Trans Vibrator.
Oh my god. Trans Vibrator sounds like the luckiest Decepticon in the world. Oh fuck, god damn it. Oh, Solus the Demon is here. Hi, Solus. I've been okay. I read a light novel earlier today. Now I'm doing this.
Solus, if you hear me clearly, I'd like to tell you thank you. You have actually, what's the word I'm looking for? You inspired me in the creation of the theme song or opening of my podcast, and design of my avatar.
Alright, cool.
And since I'm dead, I'll explain better. Original concept for my avatar was going to be just like a metal face, real similar to, say, what's his face on G.I. Joe? Cobra Commander?
Destro.
Yeah, something like Destro, yeah. But I'm going to make him look a little more robotic. Because of the way that you described, or you mistook me for having created a robot-type character in my Minecraft avatar. Which wasn't what I was going for, but you were right. I did look a lot like a robot.
Alright.
So,
Alright.
Orion.
Let's get it.
plus,
And
with the theme song I was putting together, or the opening, I imagined a platoon of robots surrounding you as they're chanting the name of my podcast in time with the rhythm. So when the podcast is ready, you'll get to hear the theme song. So again, Solus, I thank you for your accidental inspiration.
Brawl.
wow, somebody died. And they're going down again. Wow.
And of course, Solus, I will make sure to give a special thanks at the end of my first episode for your inspiration.
There's some lag issues going on here.
Not on my end.
I'm seeing a bunch of people dying. Like, it seems like they're self-inflicted.
I'm too busy getting my face caved in here.
Oh,
Notice.
going for the glitch there.
I'm thinking I'll make my avatar's face look a little bit like a protocol droid from Star Wars. But just different enough to keep from getting sued by the evil mega corporation's mouse mascot.
Oh man.
wish that some company would make like a game force feedback compatible chair or chair cushion accessory. Like the one I had for that old chair a long time ago. Because that would make the trance vibration feature feel more like a body massage. And I'd be into that.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra, what?
I actually picked up one of their CDs last time I hit the thrift stores.
Nice.
I don't remember offhand which one it was though. Wasn't one of their Christmas albums.
Yeah.
It's kind of a shame because I've heard their rendition of Carol of the Bells and it's fantastic.
Yeah. Friggin' whales.
Yep. I mean, they maybe should have renamed it Carol of the Strings or something like that.
Ding dong, ding dong. Shit. We're gonna try to penetrate each other for the rest of the match. Oh god. I'm being penetrated. Help.
I think you only got perforated this time.
Nah. GG's! Oh my gosh. Alright. This music though. I feel like our team is getting ready to fight Sephiroth or something. Alright, we got a couple people choosing legends here. I'll give them a minute. If they don't have any activity, then... Oh, hey, it's another person. Yeah.
I might have to play this a bit off stream. I'd like to get a couple of new podiums or whatever. Maybe I'll earn them.
Really? Somebody put a bot in? I don't understand how people are doing that. Like, that's actual hacking. Like, only the person who's running the room should be able to add or remove bots. Anyway.
I was gonna say that doesn't look right.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
If they're not hacking, then they're exploiting some sort of glitch. Which, there
It
was
could be
somebody like that in our last game.
Yeah, I did see that.
And I've seen people do that before, like add and remove bots without my permission. It's not something that they're supposed to be able to do. If I could figure out for sure who was doing it, I'd go ahead and ban them. Anyway, because that's not cool. I'm the one who's in control of the room. If you don't like it, go somewhere else. Nobody said you had to be here.
So
Not that I
completely.
mind the bot being there,
It's your show, and you don't want any upstarts ruining the fun.
but... Right, yeah, exactly. Messing with my settings. Arbitrarily. Wish, fucking Brawlhalla ban people didn't do that type of shit. shit, but it doesn't mean they're banned from Brawlhalla servers. Oh, for fuck's sake. Hi, Hutch. Everything's going fine, just having a little bitty rant about hacking in video games, especially in online video games. And why it's not a cool thing to do. Like, if you want to, you know, modify your own personal console game for your own amusement, that's one thing. But when you're impacting other people with your shenanigans, that's not okay. Yeah. And yes, even if you're modding if you're modding an MMO, but you're playing solo or whatever, you're still impacting other people because, you know, hacking online games can create glitches and whatnot that impact others. Yeah. So, it's not just for your own enjoyment, that's actually impacting people. If it's your own personal copy of a home console game, then go for it. Yeah.
I miss action replay. For that reason.
Heck, I don't even mind when people make hacks and mods that they want to share with other people, but like I said, only if it's for a home console type game where it's just a single player experience and they're not ruining anybody's fun. Oh man. MMO type games have enough glitches in them without people hacking to add to that.
Yep, that's a lot of zeros and ones to have to swim through.
Wow.
So, in completely unrelated news, I treated myself to a double feature. Another month of HBO Max to watch The Suicide Squad and Space Jam: A New Legacy.
I want to say that I saw something somewhere about some sort of deal where either you can get it was either you could get like a free month of HBO Max with a Crunchyroll subscription or the other way around, something like so. Anyway.
Crunchyroll's acquisition by Sony's been completed.
Oh yeah.
Or at least it's been approved by the FCC or FTC or whatever.
Because that was the thing, is that they were waiting for regulatory approval on it. Because the buyout itself was announced back in was it like December last year or something like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say it felt like last year.
Yeah, but there wasn't anything actually done with it until more recently because they were waiting on regulatory approval.
So the Suicide Squad was pretty good. Polka Dot Man is hilarious and awesome.
Nice.
fact, he's my favorite character in the movie.
Uh-huh.
Three,
I
two, one,
I would tell you
brawl.
why, but it's a huge spoiler.
Uh-huh.
But it's super relevant to what I've been going through all my life with my mother. So, yeah. So, have you seen any of the trailers for it?
Nope. I don't watch TV. I mainly watch YouTube, and I do so usually at home on my computer, where I have a nice, powerful ad blocker. It's called the Brave browser. Anyway. Anyway, and when on the occasions where I watch YouTube on my phone, I have not seen any ads for it, so.
One of my favorite parts about YouTube is you can actually search out and watch movie trailers without having to go to the theater or
Yeah.
watch some bloated half-hour show on E! Network or anything.
Right.
Still waiting for the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, but I think they're going to probably delay that movie's entire release thanks to the Delta farce that's going on.
Yeah. It's funny. So there's this video that I saw on YouTube. It's basically like it's like an 11-minute long song, basically.
Yeah.
But basically, what it is it's a mix of the Space Jam theme and the One-Winged Angel theme for Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, there's a ton of those.
Right.
Where they cram or mash up Space Jam with other songs.
Right. But anyway, so that's what this was. It was a mashup between those two songs, and the thumbnail is a pic of Shaquille O'Neal with Sephiroth hair.
Oh, guys.
Yeah. And somebody in the comments wrote this, like, multi-paragraph long copy pasta about how, due to Disney buying Warner Brothers and all this other stuff, how Shaquille O'Neal was able to fuse with Sephiroth. It's just the most ludicrous fucking thing.
If Disney were to buy Warner Brothers, that's the point where people can start rightfully screaming monopoly about them.
But it was freaking hilarious though. Like, and then the person who posted the video with the song in it commented on that comment with the freaking massive copy pasta describing the story. And they're like, this is canon.
Like to shoot it out of a cannon.
Oh man, it's freaking
to a volcano.
Oh jeez. Oh dang. It's a pretty sick Volkov you got there. Detainees has been practicing his Volkov so he can show me up. Behold the power of Volkov.
I'm afraid I won't be able to stick around for about an hour after this.
Let's see.
Or an hour from now.
Yeah, well, I don't mind. Like, I never expect anybody to show up to these things. I'm always super grateful when people show up. Like I've had the last couple streams I've done have had like next to nobody watching, so it's really nice when people show up for them. That's all I'm saying. I appreciate everybody being here. Like I said, I don't begrudge anybody or hate anybody because they didn't show up to a stream. It's just, you know, I get it. People have lives. I can't expect people, like, I'm there for you guys to watch. I don't expect or demand that you guys be there to watch me. You know, like, you know, if you got some time to kill and you want to spend it chilling with me, I'm completely, humbly grateful for that. You know, put it on crew battle. I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't know.
I appreciate the sentiment. I appreciate the sentiment. This is the closest thing I have to social life right now, anyways.
There. Nice proper crew battle.
In fact, I look forward to these streams.
Yep. Alright. Alright, here we go. I love it when everybody picks Sundrive City. I love it. It's my favorite.
So how does crew battle work? Is it like teams?
Yeah, we're just playing teams. That's all we're doing.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
That's what I assumed he meant by crew battle. Unless there's some new random feature. It's Brawlhalla. Oh God. Stop. Every time I try to pick this bomb up, something hits me. God, it's annoying. Well, I died. Like, I literally pick up my scythe and then die 2.5 seconds later. After finally getting my scythe. Now I'm back to the sticking axe. Really got an axe to grind. Bumped on. Damn. Fuck.
I'm almost ashamed to say that I actually enjoyed the new Space Jam a bit more than I did the original.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. And it's not just because not just because LeBron's kid in the movie was an aspiring video game designer. Part of the core of the story was saying that you should let people be who they are and do things that way they're basically destined to do things.
For fuck's sake. It's legal 3-on-1 bullying now. God. Okay, well, I died.
Blue team wins!
GG, blue team. GG.
Plus, there was lots of self-aware humor.
That was a complete booty stomping. Holy crap.
There's a lot of self-aware humor. For example, Ugg says, "So, you want us to join you in a high-stakes basketball game for the fate of the universe? Boy, that sounds awfully familiar."
Yes.
Volcar!
And then there's a really, really great joke involving Michael Jordan, but I don't want to spoil it in case you ever see it.
Well, you know, I do like some humor.
Oh, and Daffy calls the evil algorithm a dirty, low-down son of a glitch,
Wow.
which almost seems off-brand, but, you know, with the wordplay and the fact that I use that term
Yeah.
often myself, it got a good chuckle out of me.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
Oh my. Oofed.
Let's see. Oh yeah, I've been watching The Mandalorian.
So, watching the Baby Yoda show. Okay.
His name is Grogu.
They actually finally named him, huh?
Oh yeah, they named him, and in fact, the episode that I was on, I believe, is the one where they reveal his name. Mandalorian is basically trying to find people that he belongs to, and he assumes that because he can use the Force, that he should go with the Jedi. So I haven't gotten to that part yet, but I know that from clips on YouTube I saw last year that he runs into Ahsoka Tano, and she has a telepathic conversation with the little guy, and he says his name is Grogu, and so on and so forth. So yeah, I'm in that episode right now, I believe. In fact, I was good partway through it when you texted me. Anyways, the reason I brought it up is because, like, the main theme or opening theme of The Mandalorian, the music sounds like it's either Quinna's theme or Q's March from Final Fantasy IX. I'm not saying it's complete plagiarism, it's just that it's got like a similar melody and beat to it and all that. Yes, Grogu does steal the show on multiple occasions. The last episode I watched last night involved Mando having to take a frog lady across the galaxy to meet up with her husband, because she's got like the last spawn of her life cycle. She's got like a tank full of her last egg she'll ever lay with her at all times.
Jeez.
And because these eggs are very sensitive, Mando can't use the hyperdrive on his ship.
Yeah.
So he has to, just fly regular speed, and this gets him into trouble. They end up getting essentially like almost pulled over by the New Republic, a couple of X-wings. But he runs from them because of some shenanigans he was involved with earlier in the previous season.
Right.
And anyways, Grogu ends up eating about like 3 or 4 of the eggs,
Oh no.
just at various points in the episode.
Wow.
he's a sneaky little eating machine.
God.
And oh yeah, I think it was just the previous episode I watched. He literally uses the Force to steal some blue cookies from a student in a school that holds on to him for a little while. I do have to say it would have been great if we could have a Star Wars show that has nothing to do with the Sith or the Jedi. But when you got the so-called Baby Yoda stealing the show left and right, you know, kind of not going to happen. Interesting developments or happenings at the store this past week?
No, it's been pretty good. We've been doing new releases and pre-releases all month. It's like every week, non-stop. And the most recent one was the Pokemon Evolving Skies pre-release, and that was a pain in the butt. It's like, no matter how many pre-releases go by, and how fast we sell out every time, people still call like hours after the event starts going, "Oh, do you happen to have any left?" It's like, no, they sold out in 20 minutes. You know? Man, there's not even an even number of people when you're asking to do a crew battle. I don't know what that's about. I don't see anything here. This is crew. So... oh, there it is. Crew battle. How does that work? I don't even know how that works. Man, it won't even let me switch the map sets. That's bullshit. That's really annoying. Yeah, I don't need a 20-minute match. Screw that. Okay. Yeah, see, that's no good. Yeah, we have an odd number of people. We're not doing a crew battle. Sorry. Yeah, I'm not okay with that. I don't want to do 1v1s.
Full car.
Back into it.
Yeah, no. That's just dumb. Sorry. The whole reasons that I don't do 1v1s on these streams is because, other than at the beginning of the stream where I've only got like one person here, is because I don't want to sit there and have a bunch of people not doing anything when they could be playing. Like, I'm not going to sit there and make people wait because you have a hankering to do 1v1s. If you have a hard on for 1v1s and you don't want to go play ranked, then more power to you. But don't try to ruin everybody else's fun just so you can have a 1v1 action. Yeah. I thought it was, from the name, I thought it was going to be something similar to the deal where each person picks separate characters, and it just goes like that, like they have modes like that. But yeah, if it's just 1v1s, then I'm not interested. That falls under don't ask me to 1v1 during these streams when I've got a full lobby. Yeah.
Can't believe I hit him with that combo.
Oh man. I always pleasantly surprise myself when I actually hit somebody with something. It's kind of nice.
Dominating.
Funny thing about playing as Rayman in a fighting game, even if he's holding a weapon, he's still technically unarmed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true. It's been disarmed since birth.
Yes, but you can't call him harmless.
You know. Man.
Maybe mostly harmless.
Yeah. Tanix is sitting there with 3 stock. Shit, you guys are sitting. Oh. I don't know how you guys just let this man sit there with 3 stock. It would make more sense to ignore me because I'm harmless. Oh snap.
Shut down.
Dang. Oh. You got less than a minute and a half to knock detainees down to 1 stock or you just lose. Just saying. No pressure or anything. Hey! Stream Sixians? Or Stream Beans. Is this supposed to be a Beans? It's a bean to the 6? Anyway, what's up? Oh, man. A little bit, not gonna lie. Detainings is up by a stock, so he doesn't have to be the aggressor here. Detainings could literally just sit back and wait for time to run out and win. As long as he doesn't lose another stock, he just wins automatically. So, it's the other player that has to be aggressive here, and Detainings knows that.
4, 3,
Wow. There we go.
2, 1.
Just call you Stream 6. Okay. Alright. Got your 6. Alright. Alright.
Full car.
Alright.
Oi.
Alright, Detainings is taking a short break. Probably needs to go kick a baby out of a stroller or something.
And don't forget to steal its candy while you're at it.
Right?
Alright, I'm gonna be AFK for a second. But I'll be back real soon.
He's gonna kick a stroller over. Steal the baby's candy, punch its pregnant mom in the stomach, and run off.
3, 2, 1, brawl.
Okay, basically the reason I say that stuff about Detainings is because Detainings does not have any sort of like his roll does not slow down no matter who he's in there with. So he will sit there and break out his most ruthless, cheapest tactics, even against the complete newbie. So that's why I say he kicks babies. Yeah.
So did I
little
just
puppy kicker?
did I just see an anthropomorphized Thulian drag my character's body into Hades? It half looked like Davy Jones from the Pirates movies.
I just got Tyrannosaurus wrecked over there. Alright, sorry. And, that was terrible. I apologize. I'll probably do it again. Ah!
Well, at least you won't be emerging from a giant reptilian recta before that happens.
Oh, speaking of which, there's a light novel release coming up that I'm planning on buying on Tuesday. It's volume 1 of this light novel. It's called Unwanted Undead Adventurer. And it's not an isekai, right? It's a fantasy story, but it's not an isekai, right? And
Yes!
right. But the thing is, the protag, the way that the thing starts out, he gets eaten by a dragon and wakes up later as an undead. So he literally went through the entire digestive process.
And it's an astounding coincidence that I say something like that and it brings that to mind. Good grief. See, this is why I'm not much of an anime or manga person anymore, because it's just it's too out there even for me.
And some of it is, and some of it is still just fine. You know, like I said, there's something in manga and anime for everybody. You know, there's not like there are just as many genres as regular television, and then a few that only exist in anime. So you know.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where I don't think anime has ever been about excluding people. I think it's always been about including people, because like I said, no matter what kind of weird shit you're into, anime probably has it. You know? You know? Well, I got wrecked. But yeah, I don't know. Bruh. Ah! man. What a close match. Oh, got him.
Player 4 wins.
Well, C4 Life wins. GG to that.
So apparently this person likes plastic explosives a lot.
I guess, I don't know. Oh, I see. It's their name in the comments is Chad for Life. So that's what the C stands for.
Ah,
Volcar.
my bad.
Yeah. The Fangwild.
This is all me.
3, 2,
I like this
1,
stage.
Brawl.
Pretty, got blues and greens.
Got the way too short ledges and tiny platforms. It's just a nice tranquil stage where everybody can die. I'd be down to playing this stage if we were playing Picnic Hall. The objective was to go someplace pretty and frickin' picnic. Careful, Date Hollow. Oh god!
Yeah, if there's a genre I'll probably never ever play, it would be a dating sim.
Dating Sims. Oh god!
Not even the PG-13 version of Honey Pop.
Shut down.
I mean, that's kind of more of a puzzle game than a... I mean, it's kind of technically both, I guess, but...
It's a hybrid, and the AO rated one is
Yeah.
more of a hentai.
Yeah, like basically three different types of game in one.
Yeah. I'll just stick to
puzzle
puzzle.
game, dating sim, slash screw game.
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah! I am terrible with this. Alright.
You should admit it.
Hey, yeah, right? I'm not one of those people who don't understand their own shortcomings and try to do things like drive in traffic. There's so many people out there that I have to deal with on a daily basis that just don't know how to fucking drive. Like,
And you call those people everybody but you.
yeah, but, well, not everybody but me, but there's a ton of them out there. Like,
Yep.
and I'm sure they all think they're amazing drivers. Like, nice. Because
Yeah, if I were to...
the worse you are at something, the better you think you are at it.
That is the trend.
Because basically, when somebody knows absolutely nothing about something, they tend to think that it's easier than it really is. And so when they go to try it, they think they're gonna just be the world beater at it, and then like they're like often surprised when they find themselves like sucking at it. And sometimes they'll even delude themselves into thinking that they really are that good at it, even when they're terrible. And oftentimes it's not until later on, as they grow more skilled at it, that they start to realize how shitty they are at it. You know, like,
Yep.
you know. Which is why a lot of little kids think they can make YouTube videos. And then, and then they try it, and then most of them are terrible at it, and they don't realize it until they get, like, you know, a few years older, and then they're like, oh my god, these things I made when I was 9 are so cringe, and they start deleting them in mass. Like, you know? And like I said, I'm not saying that all little kids are bad at YouTube. I'm saying the vast majority are terrible at it. Like,
Doesn't YouTube have like an age requirement?
they do, and kids still make videos on it anyway. Because, idiot, you know, because parents give their kids phones, and kids are like, oh, hey, I have this phone, I can make YouTube videos. So they make an account and lie about their age, and they start posting videos. So, yeah.
Full car.
Yeah, you get a lot of that, that idiot genius effect if you operate anywhere in and around the school system. 5th graders, 8th graders, and even seniors in high school will have this top of the world mentality
3,
because
2,
they've reached what they feel to be the top of the world, and it's literally just a microcosm.
Right. Well, it's basically that in that particular case, it's more of the frog at the bottom of the well syndrome, where you know, the frog living at the bottom of the well thinks that he's the greatest thing in all the world because his entire world is that bottom of that well. You know.
Right.
But as soon as he gets out of that well and tries to visit the greater world, he realizes how insignificant he is in comparison to everything else. So.
Yep. I think it was a Happy Bunny T-shirt or whatever that says, "School prepares you for the school sucks, just like the whole." How did it go? Crap.
School prepares you for the real world by sucking, just like the real world does. Something like that.
School prepares you. School sucks, just like the real world, or something like that. Yeah, I was well aware of how much the world sucked outside of elementary school. But I wasn't aware. What I wasn't prepared for was how much I would get the extra ending over in my tenure after elementary.
Yeah. I mean, when I was in high school, you know, I had that, you know, I know everything mentality going on for a while. Like, you know, I grew out of it, but you know, like I said, it's part of, you know, growing up and experiencing life and realizing that you're not the best at everything. You know?
Yep.
So.
Dominating.
I think just about everybody is that frog at the bottom of the well at some point, you know? You know, thinking that they've achieved some level of awesomeness, and then they go out into the wider world and realize they're not really all that great. But, you know, I think it's good to be humbled like that. I don't think it's something that's necessarily all bad, because if it's something that you can learn from and become a better person from, then I think it's worth it. There are people that regardless of how many humbling experiences they go through, and how many, and how much their knowledge of the world seems to fail them, they go right on repeating those same mistakes. And You call these people assholes.
I thought that was a technical term for the person who gets most of their pleasure from other people's distress and irritation and so
that's
forth.
Sadists. There's a difference.
What about the people
assholes
who...
behave like that, whether it causes them pleasure or not. They just don't know any better, and they never will in most cases, unfortunately.
Oh, so I guess that also includes those who have fun at other people's expense.
Sometimes, because a lot of the time, those same assholes have an element of narcissist to them, which means that as long as it feels good to them, they don't care how it feels for everybody else involved. You know.
Yeah,
This is
it's
why so
definitely
many of them become Magic the Gathering and Yu-Gi-Oh players. But anyway.
Oh, I can relate.
Yeah. Because they like that feeling of being able to dominate somebody while they can't do anything in reprisal that you get from these games sometimes. Yeah. So.
You get that from your online first-person shooter bros, especially in the Call of Duty circles.
Yep. And people wonder why I don't like first-person shooters. No, aside from the fact that I think first-person perspectives in most games are jarring and take a lot of, like, I've been able to play some first-person perspective and stuff. Don't get me wrong. Like I play Minecraft, I usually use first-person perspective.
Not to mention more than your fair share of Skyrim.
Yes, I've played Skyrim. Skyrim I normally play in third person, but I do go to first person when it comes to doing things like archery and whatnot. But the thing that I feel, like with first person shooter games, you're being attacked from so many different places. I feel like it's really easy to not see people coming, you know? And that's with shooter games. That's one of the reasons why I just absolutely refuse to go for that. Like with Minecraft, you know, I get ambushed occasionally, and it sucks. But but if I get ambushed by a skeleton, they're not going to headshot me and kill me in one hit. You know, that's the difference. Same thing with Skyrim. You know, if something manages to sneak up on me, I'm not going to get annihilated in one shot because I have a bunch of HP. You know, like. So, I think that's really annoying, because a lot of these shooter games have it to where, like, oh, if they hit you in the head, then you're dead. It doesn't matter, because, you know, because bullet versus head, because that's how it works in real life, even though there's so much crap that goes on in shooter games that doesn't work like it does in real life. You know, but we're gonna save that part specifically, and, you know, anyway. Big loss.
Oh, that's just...
Good.
That's just part of video game logic working for you or against you.
Yeah.
3,
Yeah.
2,
It is kind of
1,
funny sometimes
brawl.
hearing people gripe about how unrealistic video games are. It's like, of course it's unrealistic. It's a video game.
Yeah. I believe it was Ed Boon, co-creator of Mortal Kombat, who said that, why do you want something to be super realistic? Reality is boring!
Right?
Then in that same video interview, he cuts to one of Jax's fatalities where he grows up to, like, giant size and squishes the guy with his giant boot.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing is, you know, video games should be an escape from reality in a lot of ways, you know. That's why we don't see video games like boring 9-to-5 job simulator. You know? Like, you know,
You've never heard of Job Simulator?
I'm sure there is one, but I'm sure it's not anywhere near as boring as, you know.
Yeah, I'm just pulling your chain. It's either called Work Simulator or Job Simulator, and of course it's if I'm not mistaken, it's over the top, cartoony.
Yeah,
and
exactly. Like, there's always going to be, like, it's one of those things where even if the game is called that, it's not going to depict an actual boring 9-to-5 job environment, because nobody would want to play that. It's like, a lot of people spend their whole day doing that, and they don't want to experience that as a video game, because they're playing video games to escape from their real lives.
Yep.
You know? People that keep making TV that drags politics into it, whether they're on the right or the left, it's like, you know...
Missing the point of TV.
Yeah, exactly. We're not, you know... If we want to watch political shit in our television, we'll turn on fucking our news station of choice. You know, we don't need that in our fucking fantasy and make-believe. We don't need you polluting classic TV franchises with reboots that are making social commentary about, you know, about toxic masculinity and shit. It's completely pointless, baseless bullshit. You know.
Well, the people that design this stuff and do exactly that know that people at a certain extent will imitate and absorb messages from the things that they love and enjoy,
Like,
and
the thing with
they
He-Man,
exploit that.
Right. The thing with He-Man, though, is that He-Man was already a positive character. There was no need to dress him down and treat him like less of a person, you know, because, you know, He-Man, you know, one of the biggest critics of superhero movies, or one of the biggest drawbacks of most of these Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, is that all of these heroes, like whether it's Iron Man or Spider-Man or Hulk or whoever, usually they start throwing punches first and don't start talking until later. You know, there's never any attempt to diffuse a tense situation with words rather than violence. And, you know, some psychologists have raised the point that it's, you know, that's kind of building this mentality in children that are watching these, that there's no reason to discuss your problems. You go out and attack somebody. Okay, Hoops, no, I do not have the battle pass. But anyway, but He-Man, if you look at old He-Man episodes, he almost always tried to get to the root of a problem. You know, it's like whenever there was a problem going on, especially when it was somebody besides Skeletor doing it, he was always trying to figure out why they're doing what they're doing and see if he could fix the problem some other way. You know, and often, even when he was fighting like monsters and stuff that were non-sentient, he would still find ways to beat them without hurting or killing them. You know, he would get them to stop doing what they're doing without actually causing them massive harm. You know?
Yep, and then there was the one episode where he thought he had killed someone,
but you know,
and he like gave up the sword for most of the episode after that.
yeah. But anyway, so it's something where he was basically He-Man. The people who made He-Man were like hyper focused on making him a good role model and somebody that ingrained positive values into children. And they took him, and they were like, "Oh, well, he's such a meanie for hiding that from Teela." It's like he wasn't hiding that to try and hurt Teela's squishy feelings. He was hiding his identity from everybody so that he wouldn't get anybody hurt because they were coming after his friends and family. You know,
right?
Like
the reason why
Spider-Man. You know?
It's the reason why Spider-Man would never really take his mask off on public national television.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
at least not regular canon Spider-Man.
Right. Well, you know, that's just the thing. It's, you know, if you want the superhero to unmask himself willingly, then put his family in the supervillain protection program. You know, like. So I don't know. Just do something that's going to guarantee their safety. You know, If you can't do that, well, then you quit griping about the character having secret identity. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, as intriguing as I found the whole Civil War arc, they did with Spider-Man really annoyed me because when you sat and thought about it, they the people writing the Civil War arc were people who mostly were writing the Ultimate continuity of Marvel Comics at the time.
Yeah.
And I guess that since they filled in, they forgot how to write the regular versions of the characters, which is why you had Peter Parker unmask himself and various other things that happened.
Yeah, because that's very irresponsible. Yeah.
And plus, of course, this was one of those story arcs that was obviously being inspired by real life politics, and the writing suffered as a result.
Exactly. That's the thing. When you try to bring real life political stuff into a story, unless you do it in like an allegorical way or something like that, most of the time you're just going to end up ruining storytelling. Because especially when you're dealing with an already established story and you're basically trying to force that stuff into the narrative, it never looks good. It never works out well, and the writing does suffer because of it. You know.
Right. Well, I mean, it was as close to allegorical as you could get, which is why I have to give them a lot of credit for it. And it's part of what made it intriguing. I know you've only seen, the Captain America Civil War, but in the comics, the Civil War is basically
very different.
It's very different. Basically, just like the government already does when it comes to many problems, they have solutions ready and waiting to be passed at a moment's notice, just sitting there on the books. And so the Superhuman Registration Act was ready to go because of incidents that happened in the past, like House of M, where Wanda Maximoff basically erased all of mutants from existence or removed all their powers. The Secret Wars situation, where all the world's heroes were transported to a different universe to fight it out, or the amusement of some cosmic entity, leaving Earth in grave danger for a season, and so on and so forth. And the incident that triggers Congress to force these superheroes to either become employees of the government or retire is that there's a group of teenagers called the New Warriors who were basically live streaming them trying to bust a group of criminals, and the group of criminals were taking this amount of mutant growth hormone, which is like super steroids for super beings, and it caused a massive explosion right at the armpit of a school. And they blame not just the kids who were negligent in their superheroism, but every masked vigilante out there. And this was all, of course, being inspired by the Patriot Act.
Dominating. Shut down.
Well, and the Patriot Act does have problems with it. Like, it's not... Indefinite detention was allegorized into a secret... There's a super secret detaining facility in, I think it was called the Negative Zone, that Tony Stark and Reed Richards had put together. Yeah. Marvel's not Phantom Zone.
Yeah. So it's like it has no legal jurisdiction in any part of the United States, and so it's kind of like Guantanamo Bay, super beings.
Gitmo for superheroes. All right.
Oh, and here's where the whole plot goes off the rails in a way. The government actually either pardons or just leases out for good behavior a bunch of supervillains to rein in those who don't sign in and register by the deadline.
Yep.
So it's like...
And I'm sure that there are certain villains that would have been very happy at the juxtaposition in authority. I'm the one on the right side of the law now. How do you feel about that? So I'm I'm sure that
Then-
was a thing that was written about quite, but yeah.
Right. And in the ultimate symbolic maneuver of the whole thing, creatively, at the very climax of it, Captain America just gives up because of the loss of innocent life. And he is eventually assassinated at the front steps of the courthouse.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he gets arrested, and he's going to face trial for leading the giant insurrection, and an assassin's bullet takes him down. And, that's the ultimate symbolic gesture of the entire Civil War arc.
Yeah.
It was basically the death of...
America.
Yep.
Yeah. Right. But yeah,
I'd love to see an animated adaptation of that entire arc. It'd probably be like 6 direct-to-video releases, at least, if they were to cover all the really good parts.
Yeah. It's funny because we really hardly ever get true direct adaptations of comic stories the way that we get anime that are really close to the manga that they were adapting from.
Yep.
Because
Agreed.
there's always going to be people that are like, oh, let's change this or change that, or this will make it more popular, or this will make it more palatable to the mainstream audience, So there's always like a billion chefs sticking their thumbs in the pie, trying to make it taste better, and eventually you end up with thumb pie, it's just,
Yummy.
yeah, it's just not
Delicious and nutritious. Tastes just like salmonella.
So yeah, it's just not the greatest thing. I hate this area. I fucking hate it.
Don't blame me. I only voted for the Fangwild once.
Don't get me wrong. It's not like the worst stage in the game or anything, but it's still bad.
I'm just as annoyed with you as with animated adaptations of comic stuff.
Like
even most of the really good animated stuff that we've gotten, they have had to streamline and cut some things. Otherwise, they'd all be like 4-hour rotters.
Yeah.
And we haven't had a really good animated Marvel one since just about the time the MCU took off.
Right. Well, and part of that I think is because here in America we still have this stigma that if it's animated, especially if it's an animated TV series, then it has to be for kids. And like granted, there are some places where that stigma is being fought against, but especially when it comes to superheroes, people have this thought in their heads like, oh, if it's a superhero, then it's got to be for kids. Like you have to be like really, really insistent about it, like giving Deadpool an R rating to get parents not to take their small children to it.
And when I went to see it, there was a couple like right behind me and to the left that had like a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
They stuck around through the opening massacre, but then they had to leave during the calendar calendar girl sequence.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
I'm like, really?
You brought your kids to a rated R movie and didn't think this was coming? Like,
yeah, funnily enough, it was like the moment when he was getting pegged.
yeah.
It's like okay, it's like they said they got up and they took their kid, covering the kid's face.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're kidding me. You are absolutely kidding me.
Like, if you were gonna take your kid to see a rated R superhero movie, you think the least you could do is go in and screen it first for yourself, right? Like,
Yep.
It's like, man, you don't just say, oh, it's rated R, it couldn't possibly be that bad, and then let your kid watch it without seeing it first, right? Like, that's a dumb move. Anyway.
Yep. At least when I remember the one time going to see an R-rated movie super young for me didn't work out. I believe it was The Untouchables. And I remember crying and getting upset because basically a bunch of people are getting gunned down.
Yeah.
the first opening 5-10 minutes of the movie, and we had to leave.
Right.
Felt really bad about it, but I should have known better than to take a 5 or 6-year-old to see an R-rated movie about gangsters.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's
Player 4 wins.
Part of me still scared to watch that movie.
Yeah. Well, and there's no rule that says, if the movie theater attendants see the parents trying to bring a child into an R-rated movie, that they should step in and tell them why they shouldn't do it. Because, parenting is the parents' job, not the movie theater's job, so...
Right.
But yeah, it's just...
And on the flip side, I was matched up with a big brother from Big Brothers and Big Sisters, and we would go to movies all the time. So when Blade comes out, and it's an R-rated superhero movie, I'm interested in it because it's a comic book character, and my friend Skip was a huge comic book nerd and got me into all sorts of nerdy stuff.
Right.
And I wanted to go see it. My mom was apprehensive because I was under 17.
Right.
And
so she grew some parental responsibility after taking you to see The Untouchables.
yeah. Well, the thing is, she had taught me long before then that movies aren't real, fact from fiction, and when they show someone getting shot, they're just acting, and it's the blood is basically like ketchup and stuff like that. And I understood that from a cerebral point of view, even then. It's just that the intensity of that sequence was too much for me to handle.
Right. Yeah.
So, anyways, fast forward back to my early teens. My friend Skip would usually go and see a movie twice on a regular basis anyway. So most of the times when he'd take me to see a movie, it's his second viewing. And in this case, Blade was no exception. So my mom was real apprehensive, and he had me actually literally step outside the door of the house while he gave my mom the spoilers of why the movie is rated R.
Yeah.
And I don't remember there being any nudity in it.
Right.
It's just that there's a bit of cursing, and of course, have you seen it?
The Blade, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I think I've seen
so
it.
basically,
I've seen all of them, but anyway.
obviously it's because it was based around vampires, and the final battle is the character gets bathed in blood to get rejuvenated, and there's blood everywhere in the opening 5 minutes, and it's basically vampires, blood, and that was the gist of it. So after that I turned 17, and to see a couple of R-rated movies in the future with them, it was kind of cool. I think I might have seen Starship Troopers before I turned 17, which was... Skip had actually forgotten about the shower scene. There's a scene where the characters are showering co-ed.
Yeah.
And to see some boobies, and he kind of whispered over to me, "Don't tell your mom about this. I forgot."
Knockout.
But as I always say, if I really want to see boobs, I just turn on C-SPAN. I was of that mindset back then, for the most part, anyway.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't understand politics to the slightest.
Well, a lot of people that are heavily involved in politics don't understand politics, so
Yeah.
They just like the feeling of pounding the table and getting people to do what they say, even though they don't understand what it's doing.
Yep,
Could
mass
you not-
manipulation at its finest.
Damn.
Well, I'd be fighting this character.
I
I think it might be considered
they
a hate crime.
They just won with 3 stock because you were fucking clamping on my nuts over there. Anyway, I'm like trying to go after detainings, and you're like, "No, fight me instead."
Sorry, I'm just going over. I'm just going after whoever.
Yeah, well, whoever kept being me. And, while Detainees is sitting there with 3 stock.
All right.
Anyway.
This will be my final match.
It's the final countdown. Oh, sorry. Okay. Let's, welcome to Brawlhalla.
Three, two, one, brawl!
Go!
So they apparently ended the interconnected animated DC movie universe
Yeah.
that had been going on since Justice League War. It's Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. That was the last one.
I see. Yeah, I kind of lost track of that one. I need to go back and cut down the rest of the movies and finish it up because I admittedly don't have all of them. So I was a big fan. I think they kind of lost me when they did like a year jump, like, because they were like, oh yeah, it's a year later, and it's like, that's kind of shitty, like, could you not do that? Like, I'd rather you just like filled in that year with other movies, like,
Well, they kind of did, because for every one they had in that in that line, they had one that was going back to the old DCAU for a while, and then they would do one that was a one-off or
right, no,
a two-off.
I meant other movies in the same continuity. I'd rather they like not just skip over massive sections of time in a superhero thing where they can be doing other shit. Like, massive time jumps work well in other stories. It's like, yeah, I get it. There wasn't anything going on for that amount of time. They were training or whatever. So, yeah, you don't need to write a chapter about it. But, like, you don't need to write a book about that. But at the same time,
Right. Oh! Alright, well, I spent almost the entire match trying to take out Detainings. You happy?
Yeah, actually, yes. Since we're both at 2 stock now, it's a much better situation.
Yeah, so, they did adapt the Death and Return of Superman
Yes, I saw
in that
that.
continuity, which I'm pretty interested in seeing because back when they did that in the comics in the 90s, the Justice League's involvement, well, the Justice League themselves wasn't the powerhouse that they've turned them into in recent decades.
Yeah.
It was basically like the B-listers and C-listers of the heroes. So that aspect has me really intrigued.
Yeah.
Part of the reason I didn't get it is, aside from the fact that I hadn't collected any of them at that point for myself yet, is they split it into 2 parts.
Yeah.
And ever since they split up the Dark Knight Returns into 2 parts, and then released it all as one long movie, like a 3rd release, I've been hoping and expecting them to release it all as one part.
Oh, I see. Dope. Well,
And they're doing the same. They're doing the same thing with the Long Halloween.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, I gotta call it a night.
Okay.
It's been fun. And
Alright.
I'll see you Tuesday night at Minecraft.
Solus the Demon says he's using the stream as background noise while grinding for Clover post game. Good for you, Solus.
Alrighty. Good night, everybody.
Alright, Sage. Alright. Well, it is down to you, and it is down to me. Alright. We'll go for a good-natured 1v1 with Detainings, where Detainings will demonstrate why I tell everybody he punches and kicks babies. Galvan Prime, you bastard. I have no idea what you're trying to say.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
We both have sights. We are both armed and extremely scytherous. Oh shit. Look out. Oh, there's more of that baby kicking. Powerful, dirty Detainings over here. I'm still gonna lose. Alright.
Player 2 wins.
GG. GG, Detainings, GG.
Full card.
Alright. Detainings. Sundrive City! Alright.
Three, two, one, brawl!
Bashugada! Alright. Man. Mapped. Nice. Nice. Look at me getting killed over here. Nice, powerful resident baby kicker. Oh boy!
Player 2 wins.
GG detainings! Let's go another one.
Volkov.
Let's see. Still need a little over 5,000. Oh, the Volkov versus Volkov. All right. I see you there. Bruh.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
No 3 stock for you.
Player 2
Alright.
wins.
GG detainings. Alright. I think that's going to go ahead and be it. Do want to thank everybody who stopped in. Thanks to everybody who joined. We'll do this next week if I feel like it. I might do something else. We'll see. I'm free to do that. Anyway, thanks so much. I hope everybody has a great day. Bye-bye.